Hi there. Today I'd like to show the classification of terpenes and the remaining portions of terpenes. So guys, without any delay, let's get started. We have discussed about terpenes and the you can say preliminary things about terpenes. And today I'd like to show the plants or the fruits which contain terpene or terpenate compounds and classification of terpenes. So guys, without any delay, we can start our lesson. Common terpenes and terpenates. We know that about pinene. Do you know about pinene? Pinene is a plant, or you can say it's a you can say terpene that can be extracted from pine tree. Pinene or alpha pinene or alpha pinene. These terpenes or terpenoid can be extracted from pine tree. And the next one that is called you can say caryophyllene that is extracted from peppercorn. And the next one that is called you can say carine. uh, that is a you can say terpene, and that can be extracted from cedar or rosemary, and limonene can be extracted from citrus lemon. And the next one that is called you can say linalool that can be extracted from mints or lavender. If we go in the next portion of terpenes, that is called you can say terpenols. Terpenols that contains you can say unsaturation, and at the same time that contains a hydroxyl group, that is a you can say tertiary hydroxyl group we are seeing in the structure. These terpenols or you can say terpenols can be extracted from junipers or orange peel. And the next one that is called you can say nerol is a you can say terpene that can be extracted from you can say lemongrass. Nerol that contains you can say primary alcoholic group, because it's a CH2, it's a wedge, that's why we can say that it's a primary alcoholic group. Nerol contains the primary alcoholic group, and it contains two double bond. And the next one that is called you can say hemylene, that is a terpene that contains three double bond. And at the same time these three double bonds are not conjugated, uh, that can be extracted from hops. And the next one that is called you can say geraniol that contains you can say primary alcoholic group CH2H, that represents primary alcoholic group, and it contains you can say two double bond. That's why we can say that it's a geraniol. And if you'd like to give the name of this compound, you can also give the name of this compound. We can say it's a number one carbon, it's a number two carbon, it's a number three, number four, number five, number six, and number seven. And these these methyls are connected with the position 2 and 7. That's so we can say that it's a an parent chain that contains one two, sorry, it will be the number one, it will be the number two, it will be the number three, one two three four five six seven eight, it will be the number eight. That means we can say that this geranyl compound that contains eight carbon chain in the parent chain, we can say that eight carbon atoms. That's why we can say that the overall compound name will be 3,7 dimethyl oct 2 in 2 3 2 6 di in 1 all. That is called the you can say geranyl. That means in case of nomenclature of any terpenoid or any chemical compound, we have to find out the branches at first, and then we have to find out the you can say parent carbon skeleton, and we have to label up by means of using number, and then we have to give the name of you can say functional group at last. In this way we'll be able to give the name of any specific compound or terpene or natural product containing compound in the following way. Geraniol that can be extracted from roses and wine grapes. Roses and wine grapes that contains geraniol type terpenoid compound. Myrcene. This is a compound that contains three double bond, and it contains total number of carbon one, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means it contains, uh, you can say that two isoprene in it. That's so we can say that myrcene that contains two isoprene in it, and it can be extracted from, you can say, malt, less, and cannabis plant. This is the generic parts of, you can say, terpenes, and we would like to go in depth of terpenes in our upcoming lectures. So right now I would like to show the classification of terpenoids on the basis of isoprene units. Classification of terpenes with selected examples. We can say that it's a hemiterpenes, that is a class of, you can say, terpenes. Monoterpenes, sesquiterpenes, diterpenes, sesterpenes, triterpenes, tetraterpenes, and polyterpenes. Hemiterpenes, hemi, in case of this term, hemi means, you can say, one. That means the compounds or the terpenes which contains one isoprene in it, those are known as hemiterpenes. As for example, we can give an example of hemiterpenes, it's a isoprene. And the next one's monoterpenes, mono. I would like to give a technique to remember this. You can say how many isoprene units are involved in each and every terpenes. Mono. From this term, mono, di, and tri, and tetra, you have to use for the monoterpenes. You have to use two isoprene unit. For the diterpenes, you have to use, you can say, four isoprene units. We know that about di means two, and you have to keep in your mind that di means two. That means the isoprene unit will be double of, you can say, this, you can say, this term. That means di means two, that's isoprene unit will be four. Mono means on, isoprene unit will be two. And tri means, we know that about three, isoprene unit will be double. That means it's a six. Tetra means, we know that about, according to the language of chemistry, tetra means four. That's why isoprene unit will be double. That means it could be the, you can say, it will be the eight. And the next one, that is called, you can say, hemi. You have to keep in your mind that hemi, sesqui, and terpenes, and you can say it would be the, you can say, odd number of isoprene unit. Hemi means you have to use one isoprene unit. Sesquiterpene means, you can say, actually after one, we know that about odd number is three. That's why sesquiterpenes will contain three isoprene unit. And the next one, that is called, you can say, Sesterpenes, that will contain, you can say, isoprene unit 5. That's so we can say that Sesterpenes that uh, could contain the isoprene unit 5. And the next one, that is called, you can say, polyterpenes. So that poly means, you can say, many, or you can say, poly means, you can say, many. That's so we can say that many, that indicates the number n. That means it could be, you can say, you can say, you can say higher number or larger number. That's so we can say that actually polyterpenes, the example of polyterpenes is rubber that contains, you can say, larger number of, you can say, isoprene unit. Hemiterpenes, if you'd like to give an example of hemiterpenes, we can say that isoprene unit. Monoterpenes, mono means, you can say, one. So the actually connected or attached isoprene unit will be two, and it could be the example of limonene. Limonene is an example of monoterpenes. Farnesol, that is an example of, you can say, sesquiterpene. Sesquiterpene means we can say that it's a isoprene unit will be three. And diterpenes, we know that about di from the term di means two. That's how we can say that the number of isoprene unit will be four. An example of diterpenes is, you can say, gibberellin. Sesterpenes will be, you can say, number of isoprene will be five. uh, Actually, that's why we can say that the example of sesterpenes will be, you can say, ceroplastol. Triterpenes, the example of triterpenes, you can say, squalene. And example of tetraterpenes will be, you can say, carotenes. That is an example of tetraterpenes. Polyterpenes, that is an example of, you can say, rubber. And we know that about when you'd like to use the term polyterpene, that means we can say that polyterpenes contain actually higher number of isoprene in it. So guys, that's all about the classification of terpenes with selected examples. If you have any questions, we can also subdivide this classification as cyclic. Actually, the terpenes which does not contain any cyclic or ring, those are known as, you can say, as cyclic terpenes. And the next one, that is called, you can say, monocyclic. When a compound contain a single ring or single cycle, that is called, you can say, monocyclic. When a terpenes contain two ring or two cycle, those are known as, you can say, bicyclic. When a ring contains three ring or three cycle, those are known as, you can say, tricyclic. You can say terpenes. So guys, if you'd like to see, so guys, this is all about today. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned, stay connected with this channel. Hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon for watching this kind of videos. Thank you.